was for watching be more call be made by Badwam Jumadi. So, Brass said in Pensim more a bro. Baby, I want our hair no na session corner. The mom hair through the internet, multitvworld.com/streams. Mamo hair or West Africa sub region, Digibox, so Mamunina chin through satellite, and Mamunina chin. Now, when had ye could muchia any the beada sans more. Ena muso ye mu ebra dwumadi bae na ebisi sabre no yegu so aye toto mu e de adwenchere de brel ena no pay edin no sesan medin de kodwo asare ba for a champion kaba na mpanifo aton sa from no enche ye bobo so na ye de nkomodie no atoa so e de amount na nkomo no edoso na ye bobo modin ye din nyina na no pay nkomodie ahodo pi a ye bedi no telephone so say mpanifo dodo no a intimi amekan sa studio ha ititiu ne womo a fa afa gensensem ho allowance for accountable governance centralfo nhemu enra ya ensem no ahodo mienu but of the same issue asem kro no a na wa akwa ahodo mienu de di kan ne se womo gidi se wura Alfred Agbosuoyome sika aban etua de man no maame betimo so akane no ya attorney general wonim hu bi efenso no wo man foto sanford Dr. Kobnadufo wonu su nim hu bi nti afafo se yomo na yomo chese omo dwen ho a womo nti ase se ebesi sabre no saa mpanifo atitire mienu yi no aban enche womo enfom kugina mranim se ne a wura woyumi yede ne ekro no a na akoyese womo de ye gya womo na ne yomo bufu kra ne se wura bu batnodru woda so ti na konwa so se deputy attorney general isan se bra siketua yi mu nsem bae na owura matena midu asemi court na the deputy owura bu atenodu kire se enya ade se Ghana ye wo asem obroni be se we don't have a case just assembly court e bidin kugo enu ntino afa for che se sankrofo nyina no esa ban ne omu disani emra ne se sanso na afa for dia tudwa se o mate no huhuhu nam framam se o mate se maami betimo reduce ya ye kana sem sesi no wakoto dan be se miensa e wo English Britain na UK brochimem da ne boarding ye papa eni sika bi a wosusu se won account mu enti abanye mu hwehwemu na to dazi lawyer de maami betimo reduce wo chese sansem na afa for kano omo edi gu ne client ana se nipa a ono ye no lawyer ni no edi gu ne hufi duwa obeto wa no se wo kan bi ni de na se ne mranim ene ode wo call charge for defamation ni ho kro ne ba eni asem ba kwa ye bedwendwe ho ene anopay wo misem kro ya no akokot ama first prosecution witness atena se ma wa boni nkro nyina ne chese ma mbetimodusu na share si enche sika na ma wura wo yomi ebra na contract bia eniho eni asem ba kwa na kwa hodo no bebre ye de bebrel ene anopay sanso na ena anopay no ensem afa o manyimu bambo nsem ditu ye ekoso o memu ha no ene yenkomodi a ye de bebrel ditu ne se ohwe ne mahudo pi ya ekokokoso no a nipa dodo na hyase bisase so ampase security na bambofo mo memu ha na wo mu ro ene adwuma aseso wo mo yo no wo mo ya na enkomo a ye de bebrel na ne fa bako no se wo mai nkramofo epani chief imam Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharbutu akọ ensrahe ewo hohoi na hohoi asem no so yo bia ye hohoi de na bia fe no wate isan se ye nuanom nkramofo ne anwrafo adisiani nam mentimi ho asibi ni pentim bia course ho nti no enam so ema chief imam ekọ honra ye be se ne chief imam kasema for Alhaji Gado ene mpanifo aka nyina abetena se ne atwetwe nkomo ne ahwe bia asemi bia bia se de kusan se nipa dodo no ano are beginning to have concern say na ne yebekoso ni say no dia na ebeha adwen eno so nkomo ba akwa a ye de bebrel na ebisa se hwan ene me na wo ena sese ye hwe ma asomdwe eba o mem ha ene nkomo a ye de bebrel na eberema ekwan a nkomo aka efa nsensem ahodo pi a eno so pi o de bon kratam no so no yadi musem dia brel ye pem so an ye kro no medical ka order o text messages dia hu hia me papa me sada say mfabra na emfa mo ankomodie no 1760 ana say Facebook hwe o multi TV world ana so bitimi asend ye email kaba@myjoyonline.com kaba@myjoyonline gmail.com na yetimi ede nkomodie no etimi ato aso enu ti no yefa nkomo a edi kan enfa enhyase se ne wahwe de bonkrata mu ni nkomo a ekoso no a ensem na hoduo no ayepi nitichiru ene ni a ekoso na ade ba kwa man kan kire wa hwe na ihe na erefi Dr. Parker Sindum PPP flag bearer na seven ne se ni ekoso o memu ala odwi ho nti ase odwi ho nti ase san se aso mampani ni krom ha aso mpanifo ni krom ha na amanfo afa mmara hye omusem na ne omo pe no omo yo na nka wono no ye mampani akasa bre ka wa ba ni Ghana fo wa be kasa dadaada o mampani so otahin o na ono Dr. Indum se adan no mampani watem din sei na won kasa na enema sei na ekoso na akoyese ene ekoso na mfa ho no ade ono Dr. Parker Sindum ha ne ye papa o so mampani won so no won Kenya ne ho na won kire se wono na oyo mampani wo krom ha esan se ne ekokoso no amanfo dodo no ano ehu na abehye omu won se ese akoyese wo pani ana eja ene ne mma ana abusia ho no ayo batan no sa sembisi na wo pani wo ho no wanka ho asema ade a na amanfo ho no ehu na abo omo enu nti no mampani mra no mekasa na intimi emwa nti nkomo a ho na no pay no panifo ya to nsa afre wo mo owura ya abo abia samoa kasamafo edema Dr. Mahmoud Baumia running mate edema New Patriotic Party wono eba be kan nsa nchibia sanso and owura Fred Agbonyo member of the NDC's communication team wono so eba be kan nsa na ya to ankomodie nso no ansa na no mefa happy birthday sronko emfa ma yenua ba Dorothy Asante akane na ye adwuma wo top radio ene wo ye adwuma e wo the new punch the obokrata no ene e your birthday nti we show happy birthday ene wo University of Ghana ya usua de linguistics nyamishira ye papa Dorothy Asante efensu so no oba ya yanimaba me sure so menya do you know correct also ene your birthday nti also here we wish you happy birthday Agnes Juma and Aguma also ene your birthday George Mauli Quest also so ene your birthday edu Abu Kofi ene your birthday na fi Dina Wusia also ene your birthday Mary Adeta also so ene your birthday Eric Johnson Chematin ene your birthday na fi Nana Pat Jaba Pat Jaba also ene o birthday Abubakar Ibrahim Mensa also ene your birthday na fi you know Shonali Ajiman also ene o birthday enutino na nkomodia ho ede ema se na ebe ya obetimi wo ho nti also wo birthday ana birthday dedication bia fabra na etimi into ankomodia so afi yafa ankomo nhihye so Alliance for Accountable Governance afre centralfo nhyiamu enra na woni nipa atwetwe nkomo ne centralfo atwetwe nkomo wo mu nsam ne efa hoduo mienu owura woyomi nsensem ye koso no ya omugidi se Dr. Dufo Mami Betimodrisu ene owura Batenedru wo mu wonsem kan wo wonsem anu ye o mama buy 5 working days so won pamo owura Batenedru ena afi Dr. Dufo ena Mami Betimodrisu abaya anya ade na afak for beyo owura Bright champon afak ekuba oba homa no so Bright ye mo achi mo akwa abade ba bedwam mo multi TV
Mejo so me na bako de
nyame adom ye hu ye na so
bibia bako
na 5 working days amode ama ban se owura Igbo Batenedru ye mpam no Dr. Dufo na afi Mami Betimodrisu aban chi wo mo no 5 days no adan amafo bi se adan ti na mo ma ban 5 days
medasi so kaya will you mention something about out and kaya in one of our press statements ye ka say arrest these criminally minded ministers ye bubo nkofo no but in sem na kwa kopem emra se say the ababesi nkofo mienu so a ye afagofo ye adwene mu no na ye de constitution no so etoto ho a nkofo miensa we de yanche omo enfo ma nkogina asɛndi bia endi omasema yesika na aban kasa egina quarter opre no yensa entiminka 5 working days minia obi kasa ka chemse 5 working days there too early meni ni se sika akwakodi Alfred Woyomi ensa no Ghana ni bia eligi ho ene bre a Ghana fo ekomi se sika minia oni me ya adwen se ebetimi aye nema bibiri ama Ghana fo ye ho ahenha ye enti de ye kan se ya one ages department se omunye na sasem we no omuntinema bibia enko perepere yeso na se yesika ene yeji ede abegu ye futuom ana se abankofuo bi ene twesika ne de komasa woyo media ni ntimi hu se de yefa asemi pomasibe na nsemi ni menia eye den na ekwetete ene po asemenu a omuma technical advice both to one to the finance minister and two to the attorney general department no yedi omoko dina asindi bia for the first time until yedi fresh charges by then yedi omliko dina asindi bia se yedi omasem meanwhile oma president appointee omo Ghana for ye tax kakra ye fa ye ditwa ye boaboa no editwa omo ka every month say omo nye adwuma ma Ghana for ye hu ntoye no omo nani woyo mekotena ase eye san hihye ye nyinai omo na sese omo di asema kokko to say sese Ghana woyo me ofa contingency kwaso enonya seske sanko vo weni na mo ye omo adwuma na oma afedbo agbesi Woyomi a onye public official a oye private person a one fatuo enekogina Ghana ban so say monfesi kamamen ono yedi no akwa kogina senbia yedi nase afagofo yensem no eye miensa se afed agbesi Woyomi number 1 say afed agbesi Woyomi one fatuo ne koye na ode court kwanso na kofa ye dia wonu nipa na akro na enye onu nko a ene betimi adi sa adwuma no woni ministers bi na fae nti de ye kan ne se eye conspiracy ene koso nti untimi fa Alfred Woyomi nkogina fa na wonya 2 ministers particularly Ebobati no dra wonu no sisi ameno kase oye deputy attorney AG eba out be ka say aban ne any case ye dwen ho ti ase a enye yi number 2 de kan ne say wenu no a matter of leadership ma men kan chiro enam me no kase president Mos edini na esi wo se sansem yi mehwe amanehu ne pomasibre na obi a wensa sise sansem we mu no obetimi yebetimi dina babuku dia menua me no kasa kire se asemi enche any 5 days kura yebetimi aka asemi na se president Mos ni ministers onu ani nimpe iwoko report se o make an attempt on 2 occasions and it was ignored no ye dwene ho ti ase a enye yi enti ye kan say ye de wo you me kwa kogina court yes causing financial loss to the state but the 2 ministers Ebobati no do ka ho man be yetere a omo ne die ni mu ma Ghana fo ye hwiri seska wedie ye ja omo ema no kwa enye yi enti se ye be hu asem no no kura wo sansem we nyina mu die esese sankofo ne ye chi omo na omo si ye do omo ko gina asem bibia na omo nsusu yiyi omano a na Ghana fo ye betimi ehu se de ye ko ye nim awo sansem we mu afa enunti na ye ka se eninum 5 working days pa ho na afa the Ghana fo nyina yanti bibi from the president yanti bibi from the abine dia ye betu ye ho
mo betu mo ho fo kwan ben so bright
yes
mo betu mo ho fo kwan ben so
ye unfo ye betu ni de mini onim se afa gufo de ye tumira ni ejisi ye kiresi na wo kwa kohwe ye nhihye yi mu nso a mo of ye betu ye unfo no mo enkwan bibiri so na ye ana ye ntesu kokko Yesterday in a press statement, he said, "You be a nationwide demonstration against this government." And I mean, no, can say do money away. The last quarter of 2011, contributions to DACF, District Assembly Common Fund Enquiry, NHIS Enquiry, Nakubisa MPs, and Nima Bibria, upon some Owomaimwa, assessing a president in ministers, Yinis Kanebia, and Magani Bia, and Woharano, and Konkusi. 2011. Corruption Perception Index, to the extent that Information Minister Deputy Beba out say it has broken the heart of government. Maybe the community in some way by our president Naba Albeka says he will fight corruption with arm's length. And can win necessary na Ghana ni bi who say president any abina ubunu why prepared say obeshe na corruption etinya brasi enya no nwotwe na ye de ya state man 5 clear working days. Wamaye Hudia and you're betting to Sukoko a massive demonstration all over the 10 regions.
Now, Mini Champion, a question back qua a nipa bibre, da nipa bibre, so on say, Ora Woyomi prosecution and Rakrape and a shas here. Obey them who says Uncle Fuya Mokasa by Ura Batin Drew, Yen Dr. Dufo, Yenchino. Mami bet modus yencho obey dem say bia na ban person ode omo prosecution witness
yeah the can you say yeni wo madi say aban yi nadi na AG's department you say obetimi de omo prosecution witness asem na ye di etimi akoso ne dia ye yeti ase but what can say say ye friend is saying said the Yamanoko was answering me. As my year can say, one, to the extent that a particular judge, a judge in Assam, Ebeka say, Abayi, get serious or throw in the towel. I think say, in stampede, any other thing that has to do with a judge in a car, you. Now, after Asama can say, judge it Mikasa. Asama can say, imprecise any other thing that has to be with the court proceedings. Again, we could read Article 14.4 of our Constitution. It states, among other things, Judge na say the assembly no kono prosecution in here ready. Witness is about afraid na 500 Ghana cedi near kwa kokonwa. What mission on one dream, Mutia had to case actually. Me no kaya yekwe, June, July, Munia Kwaku, and judiciary no omobeko judicial vacation. And same way na the new first charges akwa bomb. First charges so after the yakwa bisa lawyer for asem mo ka tene say and no dey ebeye din. There's a lawyer for more interpretation but the catch and say ebeye din pass abambeti agiska way because after agbesu wo you me or your private person. Na private person want to enye tu no dikosi abanso say mumfa sika twitwi bi we mamede na ye den ye charge no for causing financial loss o kan we nyina boa no a ye de kan say president ni say wo ye ready so obegi ska we say AG department say attorney general wo ye principal legal advisor to the president wo ye ready so obegi ska we dia ye mini say ye mre wo sa say new so o kan empathy amidu kan asem o kan ni say even the AG department is compromised. When you compromise, not AG, deputy AG, no, say, assembly, no, ye unique case, yeah. Again, interest says, ye and Kofu wing in every horse, say, ye be assembly betting your coso. And must so follow court proceedings, sir. Asema Mokai, Asema, one witness, and say, or see Betty Mode Idrisu. And the mother order for the first payment to be given.
Okay, but right, but your honor there, me per se because subject of court proceedings.
In the open,
but
public.
One final question, maybe sir, say, more press conference, I'm here, more can bet more reduce a damn be a wakoto English in one.
And no can come in the barber, yes, so. When you have ye tumra near Chirisi, ye nya information via anything ye dance or other civil society groups in Yate set Betty Mode Idrisu, Wakakoto a few minsa, a be our English abuti, na a few minsa no, sa nisik and me bokran and ye medu. we a minister ono susu ne ho bon sa kankan ne boye we mu na ye de sense ye ti ya ye nti ye de aba betu da ne ye hwehwe mu ne nya evidence said ye NDC dani ba ye ni enema bibre ba ya ye timi ye ni ti ye nya ye nto boase ye hwehwe mu ye but ye ya tene de if we English aban ho cry to the extent say aban ni se parliamentarians so mo kotenase no mo kotenase no mo hwe se de Africa aban mu soafo enwieska edibeto UK na eye omodadwene nti wo man hwe ya sika ebane beboa Ghana for no any Africa for nombeta so na minister yabo minister ni di sense ye responsible organized unit nti ye di edini beba betuga na details ne de ye mfa ntuga
na mwate se owura nana atudaze lawyer Adom ma Betty se odemo court mwate
ye nyante ye court de once a democratic dispensation de obi so the afag be court we work it so the court can work court na won ye bi ye state your position you see the evidences need be follow later into also the court emergency na so obi basis na court wo ye ready court the when so in your first case first time afag for your court ni our lawyers will slag it out.
Ure champion anano pay Badwam for dasi papa. Bright champion Deputy General Secretary Dema Alliance for Accountable Governance. Then komodia ye di fa afag hunsen 70 press conference omo ye nrano. Yenko Director of Operations Dema afag Ura Abu Ramadan NNA Central Fortune komo ye ba ina afi ye ba studio na ye din komo na hyehyese. Yenko ni ntie komo e ko so nra e afag press conference ase.
Goes to the point that she's acquired 3 properties. We are not saying that they are yes, but then look at her salaries and the amount. One was £250,000. We want the government to investigate, and I also had a breakdown of the deposits that has made into one of her accounts at £42,000. As a public officer, we want the state to investigate and then to see if she merits that accounts. The accounts there was a joint man who was added to it, Mr. Srinath Kumar. He's an Indian who deals in jewelry. And then when he was questioned, he said the accounts belongs to Ms. Betty Moridrisu and that the monies are coming from some orange and citrus and then mango plantations she has in Ghana here.
The Alliance for Accountable Governance would like to state without any reservation that it was not shocked at all at the turn of events in the Alfred Agbeshi trial last Tuesday, the 5th of June 2012. Indeed, we predicted a drop of charges or an amendment rather than staged drama of dropping the charges, preferring fresh charges and re-arresting. We can analyze to state without any shroud of doubt that the president is involved in this judgment debt saga. This is simply so because Betty Moridrisu, Ebo Batinodro, and Kwabena Dufo were appointed by and to act on behalf of the president, whilst Samuel Nekwe Tete and Paul Asimenu provided technical advice and acted on behalf of their ministers.
After for press conference, nra wamo yo komodie na ede abrel no. Ye better say ebeko government ho na yakubisa wamo responses to Sanima AFAC for allergy. But penifo atena say the medical boy amane no. Ura ya wabia Samoa Kasama for the ma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Vice Presidential running mate at the ma NPP over him watching more kwaba. So in place of Ura Fred Agbanyono, Ura Solomon Kansa, Deputy Propaganda Secretary at the ma NDC, opinion so watching more kwaba. Enti AFAC for say Dr. Kwabnado for FA Mami Betty Morijusu. One more, they should be arrested first to cry and sana. Because on your public official, now then on yetimi charging with causing financial loss to the state. Mami Betty Morijusu is also alleged. Say wakoto edan bi wa brochire edan be say adan and efie be say miensa any sika bi eso do ku na account mu man bet Morijusu a lawyer for aba be in ho ano but still afa for che say aban ehwem aban be ya na so aban ye over here so wo yo mi asemi ba ye no IAP enra cry echo court yeah first prosecution witness school mu a legal officer or finance ministry or say Mambet Morijusu ne so muntia wo he ba bia ne maka koyi a se maso na mo ka se aban onyi sika no ase se ne kwan so na ekoro na ne ekoro mo ne nye won sa
ni se bia MPP na ani nye ho ana bibia na ne nyina gina ekwan ya aban no ade ne ho fa so
fa ma do betimi ma one so kakra
ba se dream ene ketase hye ene proye eba man ni mu a ekwan be so na aban no efa na wasiesie no sabe oyo mi asem yi obi ene obetimi aka se owura oyo mi ono nko a sorry da krope ene ono nko a call Bank of Ghana ene ono nko a kosese sika ene ode sine koye wa fatuo wa fana no eye krata asem enti sa abase sa sika no yira na akosi wo yomi so dia ehifo eneka aban ne ho a omo no wo mo ye amanyofo asoafo a mampanyido masi asoya ahoro ano wo mo bua ma wo yomi nsaka sika no no omo no omo fo mo ho adi ana ye hwa ne ye hwe no ekwan mpre no so edikan so soafo a watisika na no osoafo a wa attorney general so no kase Ghana fo eni ekwan bi asesika ne yentua no okye soafo watisika na no no otua na wo mka ho bia na efise o hwe animu a ba bia no sasika sem no tua na mu bonkon ni ze nko mutua nti wo ma hyeda a o mka ho bi no mo bua patua sika no ana eno ne dikai etoso mienu so one one sheda nso no mutua ya na chese adwuma no susu ampa o muni madwuma no o betimi aye adwuma no afise wontimi nka se woyim beba begina ho nipa o so oni contract onye oni contract wonye adwuma bi ama na watwerɛtwerɛ nkrata ahodo atua ne sika pudio sei se onfanko se menim ho hwe ma sheda na ebrimani so na chese adwuma no wontimi nye na chese Ghana fo ato aba ma o se bewen ye nyina ye japade na boa no na siesie na fa ye ho adwuma no wonhu adwuma na ni so ti a wote ye pudio na no wo be hye ye japade no enti kwan bia obefa so ahwe no bia no Attorney General Betty Morijusu Deputy Attorney General Batino do Dr. Dufo Finance Minister the Deputy Chief of Staff Alaisebefia wo mu nyina no mo be bon asem no mu no e wo se wo mutimi kire yen se wo mo ka ho bi ana se bi wo mu ni madwuma no na wo ma me abiri wo mani so emu bie ni ho a eye a ye soafo a ya to aba ma se be wen ya de de a wo se nkese ye nchi wo mu ntuma ye yi wo ma nyina die nti ye de ye hu no se sika ye je se wo yo mi na de ba se hwan se ono so waje atum so mtua man te o so wo de ba na enye sika na je ne nko efise nye sika we nko na se be omu hu adwuma ni so ana omo aboa pa na o ma hyeda o mbitimi afa bia na de yente ye ne doso enti se ya nye bibi anwen de da ho no ana anwen de atwam no ebe de etimi bibi abode da ho do ban ho ban so enti ye de ye ni nye hu se president ye hwe ha na antibeti okọ Ministry of Education ono a wo so watwe ne ho afra ban mu na ene da bia betwa ho bia judgment death bia be yi atofom bia ne ho bom na wafa ne ho adi otifi ena eye nwanwan so se finance minister kai hu se judgment death ye free contingency fund enso se omampanyi amfa ne krataa nsi so a finance minister ntimi fa ne nsa nka nti ɛbaa ne sɛn ɛna papa no timi tu asɛ sika no ɛyɛ finance minister no ɔmmra no ɔmmɛka nkyerɛ yɛn sɛ otua yɛ na president nim hu bi anaa na kyerɛ sɛ wɔɛboa payɔ anaa wahyɛ da nti wɔno nso ntimi ntena hɔ saa bɛsi dɛ ne yɛn ka sɛ woyɛ me nko a na adi saa bɔne wei
na ɔfa ɛno na yɛ na yɛ nkurɔfoɔ na akra sɛ MPP for are you not asking too much? You be na mo hwe fia ma first mo si woyomi se aban edi na kogina mra no ya sha se di asem no ye be se odi fa be jiska na firi nsem na mo san de we nu na akosa but wo ye lawyer ni na aban abo kwa adu de owura na ekwetete ne ne yire ne omo aka ka ho bi ya fali no only prosecute ye omo afim ebi na aban de omo be prosecution witness a ye be den ho
hwe ye kasa woyomi na nkasa woyomi nkwa na sika na de kodi ni ho asem bi aba ewodi enti akoba se woyomi no gi sika no potin enti no na ne din da so se woyomi but ohwe mu pa ya de mu tre ye woyomi scandal ani pa bebre hu bom mu enti kasa woyomi na nche se ye de woyomi nkwa na ye pe no ache no na emom no woyomi ni na fefo ni wo mo aban mu asoafo mo ka ho nyina mo ho bon asem no mu nyina bibia bebo woyomi din bia om yamtu tom nyina ka ho bi
bibia bebo mu bia
wo bo woyomi din a wo mo ka ho no matete evichiri no mu ye ase ye bo om yamtu avizo om nim so mo ka ho bi so enti woyomi de din da so kwa sa sika no sebi wa fatu de kwaje ye ai wo twere nkrata na mpanyifo twere nkrata to so twere aban check ni nya ya no aban check 51 million nye ensika ketwa na o ka se na ekwetete ya ebinum so fa adwen hu se ebi ana se o de maame no eto asokọ se sika no om se anu nti ya chi maame no ukọhwehwe bank account na sika na free mu bana na wakohu no edin bia asefim efso ntimi fa maame ni gogina wo so 400,000 na ono nko agina ntintin ekoba se emre kwan mama ka se ni enkohwe account mu ampase se sika ni free account mu ye ko bia account yiso na asomasi din wom mu a se ate se so eno da nchen eto so mienu
we dem pacho memu awie na maame nko ahoma nso ura Kojo Ajini Mbuatin, ura James Ajini Mbuatin, Deputy Minister of Information at the Republic of Ghana. Yeni ni nkomo akra afa gansensem ne other matters aba yimisa aban se sa 5-day ultimatum a omde ato aban nim na aban bende. Obani James Ajini Mbuatin anope multi TV mo watching.
Menya kawa mejo so mema wapa for action no more mo hwe onyina.
Amafo so mu hu ache pa.
Ngancha baba.
Eda na no pesu enye ho bre. Obani minim se ye nuanum afak for press conference no mo ye no aban ate omama aban 5 working day ultimatum se owura Dr. Dofo maame Betimodrisu owura Batinodru se ampamo omo a yenyi omadi mfi adwumam esan se woyomi nsemi no akoyeso omho bom na so aban peso kata so bacho aban eyi ni ho ano sen osansemi mu
na kaba so when him say fact for I mean MPP for there's no difference. I think that the point I'm personally clear is first and foremost there's no difference. We cannot delineate a fact from NPP until let's get that right before we deal with the substantive issues. So what are the specific issues that they are raising against the individuals involved?
Almost say owura woyomi entimi emfa ononkwa ne ho enante nko finance ministry enkoji certificate fa nko Bank of Ghana enkoji sika sampanifo ema authorization nti ni titiri Dr. Dufo sika ya ono na ma ho kwansi yentua no eso ono ba no obeyi ne ho ano owura ebo Batinodru nso no no nso adika aka se aban ni case e wo sa asemi ho atane
and so now can you make to cheer it's substantially what you mean someone and I say a particular judgment that my answer a matter which is still before the court and answer me boy.
But are you?
And I wouldn't say I'm not fine, say as some and so as in DBA a court now then it does not lie within the bosom of any individual to prejudge it. In person, I'll make comments which will be prejudicial to the outcome of the matter before the court. But Kakra, I would like to point out I think that they are going quite ahead of time, and their position is a bit premature to the extent that if, for example, you do not find the main involved culpable, and particularly as main person which is pending before the court, I'd rather give a scenario. If the BBF and they were caught involving a key person, and you think that the rest of the people are rather ancillary and not auxiliary to it, they may have played certain roles. Until you will get the main suspect culpable, the rest of the people cannot be culpable for any offense. To the extent onipana odimono onye anything wrong, there's no problem with the transaction, assuming that is it. And that matter can only be decided by the courts. You'll be a bit ahead of time to obey your conclusion. Say any pass messy or ye we would default, any pass messy, a juma would default. It's answer like court new boating, not only permuna or woman and default. There's no way anybody can be culpable in any of these matters being raised. I didn't check kindness. I think that AFAC is a bit ahead of time, and their position rather premature.
Mama buying 5 working days.
Well, maybe they should start it because they said your medical catch up, and I think that this position is even commonsensical. I said, and maybe with the subo is that what subo obi as a nipa simesi afa kaba belt na kojeje ni boating eno gina epona no ehwe etete se obi ba na obi mentor no na or trend to be a mantifadi and just a nipa name boa kwambi. Now ultimately a couple ba say nipa now this boa no born so no afa belt now. I just said onwiashi then I could not have been abetting or conspiring with him. I think that this position is rather untenable from AFAD. As to their ultimatum and all of that, look, maybe we take AFAD a bit too seriously. You need my normal cars or demonstration and approach workers within the constraints of their resources and personnel at the time. Demonstration. And I'm telling a say about Casio. Be a mom demonstration approach workers demonstration. Take this book a bit too seriously.
But finally, Rajan Mboating, Dr. Adom so I can be actually by and say, and it's you President Mills said there's growing insecurity now. President, I say or Tedodo, I say so casa. I mean you said also it be a Martina and also about response.
You met us, any Dr. Adom, someone the attribute no radio capacity na with the greatest of respect. I think that his energy, on this thing, he's waded into this matter, but with quite a misplaced energy. This one said, I think that OSHA crime statistics are police for the war, and I'm sure in due course they may release it, and you can follow up now for check here. It shows that this insecurity situation that you are talking about is not supported by the facts. Of course, in the last few days we've seen some sporadic events, but the question is: are our security service persons on top? I think so. Maybe security services are on top of this situation. They've brought calm, relative calm to your friend saying, unfortunately, Obiko Kunu, baby, they've managed to arrest the person, they've unraveled it, and the person is before the court. It it is not for nothing. Well, because look, Asembia, Namampeni Mekasa, Namampeni Wing Kumia, at what point will they?
Hello? Hello, Regent Watting. Okay, I'm saying I heard no man, so but essentially, you know, some nina na wakano. Of out. What did
Kabibi na yentia mwasi. Se afak eben MPP. So mujina wa munazo baby. Asem wa abana eye wuyomi asem no. Eye asem wa fagana fo nyina. Enye MPP fo na ebusa. Ghana fo na ebusa se sika no wahin. Na se eye ni mboati. Ah oye minister okasa ma aban. Ebe gina ho be kase. Enye common sense. Se obechi kromfo na ode kromfo no achi wo mo ka no ho aka ho preko a. Ade no mo di kan ko court ko charge ni conspiracy. Ade a nipa baako mienu miensa enan e na atwe droben ato krata so aye no. Ade a Yoko president no Yoko report wo ye Yoko report ni say president ni hu se boni die bi e be koso ka se mo nye enso mu twafa na chi eye ade a ono anatani general wo yi na die Matia Midu aba abontia be ka se ansa na president ishia Ghana for 9th January Ocean editors international press wo ka se no na 6th January wono wabobo nipa no wo mo ka ade no hu din a kire no amode krata akoto court se yabo aban kro no na ono na fefu bi ono mo cabinet e ka ho yabo aban kro no waka akachire president se wo yomi ono nkwa na yeye ade na omo charge no causing financial loss to the state nim say causing financial loss mra no wo de kokoto anhwa ye nim say na bi
so no we say na o prejudge issue ni say because two ways e bia na eja ni bia na
so ane aye but the wo ho ni say no kure da ho ni say wo yomi abeka kire aban so aban de ne ka e ka aban ni ho contract ama attorney general anko court so wampa oni ya no bia ontimi si ano kwan sa attorney general ne say public servant na ekwetete ne tu no fo sa remember public servant tu fo a ofa na ofa e de na ekwetete o me de court no ka se me de me tu no fo enyama sem no esenti no wafa opa no ofa na je se na ekwetete ne hu so nwu wo attorney general no me banam be tu fo no passe num koko na se opeti anomo a wo si public servant si num koko di waja oti ni ho wonum de wo pe enti wo si na ekwetete na si men kokot nti wa nkokot susu ampa na ho mfa so ne se
enti na se mo de nia mo pa ne se plankofo ye mpam wo ne enche wo nyesa
de ye ka ne se aban de we no na mafichire aban de na mafichire de hia ne se enipa no mo ka ho no a bro ni be ka se by their actions and inactions wo mo aboa ama wo yominsa aka se sika no wo mo assemble no power court wo mo asemi ya no wo court nti se wo mo nka ho ne achi wo yomin ko bo no kwadu na ye de ni gina court wo mo no tititi wo mo fie ne dia na che sa aban ye na dwen se wo be ko sa adwurim no na che sa aban ye de aban ni da ho ene wa hyeda ma sa nipa ntete ho na che se ye Ghana man no ye gina bra nya fi se sa nipa no wo maboye sa akro no no bi no a wo de tititi ye sika pudu no ho no bibi betimi akoso biema ebe ha ya twen
ofa ya me da say na ma yenko yenua so no won kansa na solo himse ensoma akoso yina no wate abaya betis with o ha no regime say ni wate say na hu no from the party stand of point of view na niema e kakwe ne ka no mo kan yina say ora do for ne ma betimo du so yenchwo mo ya sense so mo kan hu bi na se mo ekoi na se wo yomi de mo de ne sacrificial am
kaba odika ma mfa konyo de na mencha won ma wo hwen
wojo
na mensi we unde yen nya pen makmieza leading financial of NDC particularly evaluate constituency
I don't know if I would say
financier
oga financier o ye ma show if you are am to ya
because I want one fan no calling you one public back can near one financier dem mo so kra one more traces of any record na dia yeduma
MPP for
abeg was small one more lol fair it was a call and on nti weekend china yo day be ye na yi wo anka to no posito minim akra papa but Wesley gon no
ya man yako ya mabusa phone na any voice ya mamu
oh nya ago kra na yakoye wo baku wonzema tima minansi kondo makonzema kaba sama akufa bane wa enim kokrocha ngakraka
tefre
ndo koton
grandfather friend kakalika
okoto omukoko mu a pamoye na oba fa white paper do a ehun design so ayo do
say o jane na wa
correct ebi na afa na before ye ada wo ye na ehun ntiri ehun ne na the only thing that wo ye in there what Macron president must benefit from that giant governance step now we're taking. One pedobe reap any benefit out of it.
Maintain our kind of
correct. And there from 1992 up to date, no bold decision in fighting corruption of this nature has been taken. Both NDC 1 and President Mercy, Vice President. Emma Minyan, Obey spokesperson to Aliu Mama, His Excellency. I'm a president for your president.
Oh, but your castle malam is only no to move.
Ah, Kaba, your campaign is in the Abuaji. Sebio. Malam is our Yunukotum the Widen. I was small bin all your idea. Maybe so. A small bin or call your idea, etching. And your investigations, Papa. A way, Nessa Nimpa, why your bonus as answer chin, so we are I didn't bonachen. Down by Sun Cotton, I've been Sabin Yanson is shading in your film. Nina, a political argument to tell Ghanaians, oh, and the Abadi about 2 proina, Catasi, I say, Nemom, we now another President Kofoba catch a gun for the share. Malam is a mistake, the Mediano, I'd not start if you Adam. No matter what the Banamis won't come bra. Nemo matter office be. Made me advice an year. Na me appointee information minister, ne mame. Medina ye chairman. Professor Sai. Ne bani Oboshi Sai Kofi. And an year ne Mrs. Sai or a chairperson for Office of Accountability. Meaning we 2 President for or ye the highest order of a conflict of interest and mover on Kosi baby ala. And the president must buy for 8 years under MPP. SFO, when ya substantive board, when ya a permanent executive director, when ya under acting. On point, Dr. Kofi Kunedo Apraku. All year the Okofa, Okoye in the office, no, on your president Kofi account in 204. What you sue yourself for the Wako we are sabi free zone board Unkunya.
Mepacho. Has you proved anything like that against him?
Many Dr. Prekwa Kasa.
Everybody knows Betty Mold. All the front pages are Betty Mold. That is what we are discussing.
There are newspapers that I can quote. Evening news
has not been indicted by anybody in this matter from that time.
Yes. That is why me premise me argument there. Osanda one. When you moye ya records be ala you want it. Apreku ni waban. But obey me account Ghana. You can. Dr. Raku baby. About my question be
to Grant said how can you no cry. So time no send you until a month for 2 about for better.
Oh, what a major band. Make control man for town. Martin there. Oh Sunday you know what be you one yamako kwasa fanti fe kada kwasa chere wa yen biala. What course we tum wa manage biala chere wala ba beto so ehun ye hwe. Chida Adom. And the president must be and not starting. Your first manifesto pledge in our 4 thematic areas. Oh yeah, accountable and good governance. Saying them. And under that, and now you be reforming, near strengthening SFO to.
But I think so. Assembly, no mushroom.
On what the we investigate, no one finishing with one. We convince Ghanaians there. I can't. National Chama issue statement. MPP Nibiala Mama Uncle Yoko, leader of minority, or issue statement.
So that's some say court. Aban winning.
I want. That court to call Oruda and the another court Oruda or the Woko. Onupo obeya some Ghana. A mini no lawyer. I'm an lawyers baby look at there. Kesa Okita 1 year, one judge turned into Okran or otherwise then what the quadrant. But what may be in a crew or man judgment, also man judgment.
But I say your one high court, by even your divisions of the high court.
I am not saying
so. No,
the best thing was that once
we don't expect the judges no interpretation in the
they did. The best practice in Todo the grant.
But
Anoma, Nantachre, and no more ekase. It to need a channel if you are.
Oh, yeah, Namki to Abby.
No, do to
as such as
as some way you may say me.
Edio.
Said Boom, yeah.
You to two enter Cranoa.
A messenger way you say me. Say, what church room we are. Near Boom there, MPP, did that way, when mother way. On ye there, when you present mass. Then I could find the classmate in the present mass. You understand? Enti I catch them there MPP before when present massa na boa when no time all dey vat be akufo ado demonstration tia time all day time nti baby e do
vat no see threshold na na
massa what is the meaning of threshold threshold oje demonstration oje ba on for dialogue ba you get fund we increase your parliament na threshold no work out na enti onye the issue of threshold MPP opposition Ghana be ye MPP be said Ghana say MPP ye. One philosophy yen. No nyende fin kuma abedo nti minyo ka say president why ye adekase kura to Ghana. Abana one to man show bi nanim. Na one fine kanasam. Na wa hwembra. Okay. Na chemi MPP be statement oh president ayade.
O tiri nya ide do.
Ayade na move further because suggestion away ye there chibeti today no. Or yeah, all manner of a public opinion or party opinion.
Obviously, I'm buying your own.
No. Some men yaban. Chat myself.
But party no abem.
My party no abem. But I am you promise Ghana for a better government. Anti bibiala you feed the obokweti Ghana no. You be here name. Now one. Let's see.
No final comments. Over time.
Me near ya all kase. Me nyabu tell pa.
But in the time at the interview.
But still ya ko be 15 to 20
minutes.
Na me all kasa me yedi nti na hu no akase bebre. Dem da na se me ba na obel kasa makasa.
Adaje da wodi shi ka do pe. So no one pa wodi.
Ya butal. Enti se ahwe ma president maswaye na. MPP full makwan. E ma Ghana fo mbana ba eh. The Oman paying power to watch in the party. In many ministers be resign. In my public offices we crowd investigate one. Hey, no man Ghana that thing. You boko yenim. You know one pede Ghana for benya dam tempono. Anti minya ajenim boatin. More kind po there. Or consider Afa in MPP. How can you deny them? How can you say they are to be denominated? AFAC is a baby. I want MPP mbofoma kasa. Wali ejuma biala MPP unte o na moye in there. Search Tofia Tressia compound house. Na obatambo na. Obatiti edi no. Etu ba fo a no afran so man fiu mame. Oba na ye ban say minute ban no afran no 1 minute ban.
Won ha na be friend na hen sa.
MPP fo.
Nipa boni for ofio.
Nipa boni no ofio no. Etu ba fo afran say obo mantel mame. Afran ya na say minute ban no afran no widen 1 minute ban. Martin there MPP amanye ko ni credibility as far as the issue of corruption is concerned. So, we use nkofu bia one okaka oh yeah afa civil society another yeah non-governmental one fa wa be kra women speakers na akunta bi so wa be frame akunta wa be frame because abu Ramadan ejuma oli ye there na akunta ba o nya sabe obotum wanya second lady ne sister enti
oya afa kukuba law
to grant him that work there o ye ejuma da ma sister ntonye problem. But they wouldn't or your PNC in the wrong because or your Jumole or German sister. Now say we also a mammy betting more juice. A one to one walk out. Once I want to more free there, KCBA walk court will be winning. And one to one court, one court try betting more juice. Because one case as a lawyer, the law is like an ass and it grinds what? Slowly. Fine. Now, President must start. What started Casey? Or started from civil, Anambra. No, one move about
criminal.
You go as it travels. You don't know whether others will be brought on board or not. And one man what do you want
to Ricardo do on?
Onye American war to Dede and a warrior. Sunday one pedo be a labin and asum genuine kwana or being from a pamas in Ghana for them.
Right.
Sunday, Obia wait to one sacrifice if you know. The extent NDC yako as far as this Wyoming issue is concerned. Wala in the NDC amanyoku. This Wyoming issue onye adia yenye jemu. You understand? So you want MPP. President Kufuor catch Rekubo be on step aside. Masa Kaba ejuma ya achelo. Ebotuma catch an asset document bia or other there were investigating Rekubo is innocent or has to answer certain things. VRA strategic reserve funds. Sabakaya, MPP by cases are what trying. It was as a result of some questions or investigations the previous NDC government. Oh yeah. Bempo, what the prosecute NDC. Why is it that under MPP, Ghana fu in some baby kodo? NB obi kofo mango buy mibo mam kwan obi kofo mango buy at the dry season our be issue Professor Kasim Kasanga ekaya obi oji 1.5 billion no do call bank do kogbe account obi in some or does want to the Senate President Kufuor catch Ghana for. Look, but there's no one point of reference. It tells you that these people were a committee of corruption people. What they establishing an institution of corruption. And to all corner, what wipe hotel. For now, child community, wotum kasa. But when we free there, Dr. Kakafo was. Na ma Ghana on there. Obili the papa. Awa mbonabado. Awuswa ebesha na hoba. Why are there President Beluso Wakare Adia me Ghana for? But Ghanaians are in 3 stages. The Ghanaian politician who is partisan, the Ghanaian politician who is not partisan, and the Ghanaian who is not a politician. You understand? Inti Ghanaian politician they Oban and this MPP, you know such one. And can be from can this if we any problem. But anymore, in Kofubi, we analyze this situation na ye wo President Kufuor. And one hand day Ghana wajima President. Until the better Ghana concept should reign on. Okay. And I tell you that we will never deviate from it.
Thank you very much. Yes, I remember the message. You better wrap up on this one. Now,
I'll respond to me.
Oh, you also
respond because
1.5 minutes. You're about 25 more minutes to go. You're enough time to look at the next 2 issues. Text messages, I'll say I'm just surprised at the corruption rate in our party, selfishness and greediness for this person. I will vote against my beloved party. I'll say from Joko to Dunkaofin Kaba. Please, I don't understand why the MPP callers are calling for the heads of Antiama. She actually made also she actually made a point. What point was that? No idea. Other we are about how say now so Nana, come to our rescue. Ghanaians are suffering under this economic hardship from Zito, Serio. So, what is our religious bodies doing about the alleged witches camp at Gambaga? Hey, it's been there for 200 or so years. So. From Ukuyeni Kwame, Asindom Pimodebay. Or say, I want to tell Ghanaians that I want to tell Ghanaians that Professor Mills and his team B have nothing good to offer because governance is not about a long time, but it's a matter of vision and resources. This government has had enough resources at their disposal, but yet they can't perform. Or the Ima Agogo, Asante Achim no the free and no anyway by. Or say Kennedy Japan's irresponsible statement and the so-called Ken's betrayal makes MPP leadership rather stronger. The MPP won't support any divisive statement, no matter who you are in the party. Bravo. And Sana and the Difi Jama say, come on, tell the MPP to stop their propaganda. Or say, no matter what they do, the NDC will win. The people of Hohoi are not unlost, but Evis. And we have about to President Mills should be serious with this Muslim and the we traditional people. If not, come December, we the Muslim youth will reject the NDC. I mean in Tamale. Hey, maybe I could do it. Whether Woyomi or Ganganchuan, Mills is the best candidate for 2012. NDC all the way from Francis Ajani in Abome, Akosomo. Hey, Betty, you again? Ghana money now, wow, from Hajiman in Enche. Come I tell the MPP man to stop talking because they did more than that. Only that it has not come out. Ibrahim from Asenkre. Come I tell the MPP man he's on TV, so he should stop using his left hand. Hey, Ghana for. I hate to see the propaganda man because he always wants to put the right at the wrong side. Please learn from the right to Hadi Nakosombo. Also, why is it that most MPP members appear so arrogant, too known, hypocritical, and too holy? They should know that Ghana existed without their leadership until we mistakenly tried them in 2000, only to realize that they widened the gap between the rich and the poor, north and south. Away with them forever. Nana will never be given a chance. We have learned a bitter lesson. John in Bolga. And by AFAC must understand that Ghana is not run because or based on AFAC wishes and others. Or say Yamuha and if you were a buy. Other messages, also there about say Kaba. During the MPP era, where these AFAC people, where were these AFAC people? Okay, we put the semica. If you bog so they buy. Tell Solomon to talk about the issue on board, not to beat around the bush. From Cornelius Takrade, Lagos town, the free buy. Kaba, I will say if lies were to be an asset, then I will say the NDC propaganda secretary has a whole lot of assets to be acquired. Mastered Adwatu Nedifikuma said by. Yes, this NDC man is indeed a propaganda man, for the lines on his forehead testify. Propaganda,
this is a gift of wisdom. You go ask.
Also, the NDC should repent from the lies and also and they should come to the kingdom of the MPP. Okay, Stephen, the difficult for the other buy. Stephen, the other say. Did Boabea Samoa enjoy part of the judgment that paid during their regime? Hey, and they mean to be in share. Or say at least I'll be able to sleep small on this Woyome corruption because Mr. Boabeng has made my day. I'll say journalists in Ghana are not asking the right questions. They are disappointing. Some of the few boys say they buy. Also, though they buy back in kind. Of yeah, wrap up 1 minute, 1 minute. Now,
normally, Calvin, some money test messages now, but Obi who said, maybe Kumia, Satan, Timia Benkuma, and we have got freedom that to fool. The Mr. Sada, and I said, I'm city hall on Sunti. Now, yeah, Yamian Niano pay Minia Beba Solo, Miss Humano. Say on one title propaganda, what the coach more able to at all. na wote anɔpɛ na atoro no kura bi
Almost propaganda ne kyerɛ ɔsɛmpa kani.
odi toro no kura
Ɔsɛmpa kani.
Ɔgye akoma kronkron
odi toro no kura ma asɛm no twitwiri wɔ mo bo hwɛ ɛna kababusa o ɔse multi opposition President Mills ni CJ and MPP for corrupt na MPP for corrupt no mo bank accounts ebro Ghana man nyina sika so ni ade mo betina aban yisu yi mfie miensa mukura BNI mukura Yoko mukura CID mukura economic crimes unit mukura omu nyina army intelligence ni nyina ka mo ho montimi mfa MPP ni ba ko
so mo atokos no kan wanti
course for one to
no my investigation bo no dia court
no one ankasa records no
you have not been able to jail one person for corruption. Enti Ghana for to Obama mo say mo MPP for corrupt. Ena mo aba. Our president wo ti wono 2 years kama Miss Cotton say oye vice president economic manager otimi nya ho hwiu. Ena mo aba. Mo ba ye nso a. Mubarak akogina visa section. Akotwantro forge paper. Ama obi agi visa ama no. E ba ya president oye holia. Sebe osuro nyame. O say Minister Ben and Fanny girlfriend and he accepts the practice of concubines outside marriage and accepts so meeting their bicycle and trauma embassy the Oma Quebridge.
For 1 minute now, so wrap up. What time now?
Say, Bomuchiche fin so as Bekachi was said.
Danger.
No, what
did you know you want?
Bomuchiche na we Martinamidu abekache Ghana fo nyina so no gina ne na so ka ho duonim de ekɔso waka mu no kura nyina kyerɛ aka sɛ ebi obibi no wɔno ka kyerɛ president wo kura ne ma ne nyina ne hia Yoko nso wɔse wɔn mo no mo gidi so mo be kyerɛ wɔn mo no ka kyerɛ president nyina ne na so ma president gye no tomu de ko Yoko report no bae no so Yoko se Yoko anumu sɛ president ka sɛ mo ntua mpre no I think the president ka sɛ mo ntua na kyerɛ wɔn mu bi enti bia na president yi ka kyerɛ sɛ wɔn ma sɛm no ho hwee no no wɔbɔ wiase nyina ama ne 9th January no a wo share editors no na president nim dia akɔso nyina if say way back or ka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ mo ntua sika no ɛna wɔn tɔ akɔso tua ne I didn't know ka kyerɛ wɔn ntua sika no me da sɛ wɔn sɛ sika tua na nyɛ
of our time was yanko solo yanko 1 minute
assuming without admitting the ma yenya panyin Martinamidu Kenya no kwa then or the NDC entity wumpa. Now why do you hear such a person with MPP? But when PC appeal for Ricasa,
judge,
what's what about them? MPP for what's what
about them?
What can our public
you are in charge?
What about them? Well, we are parliamentary select committees. One for two baby. During the last time, Kobisa. Oh, now come on.
This committee.
Tama no power now.
Okay.
Now anymore. I mean, if you have no woman painful pa, some catch a man and be a 92. I say, Ubufu natural letter, men post. Now Oboja can natural then Kebe poster. Papa Martinamidu, baby Ojinano, Kababeje did on Yenji, no JM or yen. Na embre papemno. Ebunde na so Mosa okasa de ya senyame
no akra na no sign ko jo pon chroma text say council of elders say mo nkasa bi na no Monday we release for
intina me catch all the dem na we asort nyame do no nimo set a normal nsohwe na president Kofo kan the only thing that is difficult for man to do is to beat temptations. But that's what temptations all about all beating and it tells you there.
So let me say 1 minute now. So very for young insecurity and other matters coming up. Hohoy and homo course so na chief imam ekoho na ebe say ni PR Rebecca Sisia. But Chidongo ewo semu mantem also pintim because so ma de hihye adan me nipa dum kra wuye yanko ne ekore ne ekoso Northern Regional Minister Ora Moses Mabemba ne Central Fakasa ne ekoso ho iwi a ebekọ hohoi ne de no nso abom Dr. Pako Sindum what is no Ora James Ajeni Mbu atina me bisa no asem ye de sa ne me nyina bebom na afi iwi a ye de CPP de no e de twato ba se be de yanko sirem bra Chidongo nkomo ekoso manfo edan ne ane ade ya hihye no yanko ne ekoso
on Sunday, 3rd June 2012, would have escalated into a fully blown conflict but for the timely intervention of security agencies. While we unequivocally condemn the wanton destruction of properties and unleashing of various degrees of injuries to law-abiding citizens in Pamela and Banduri, we wish to strongly caution the perpetrators of such heinous acts that the RECSEC will not condone such lawlessness within the society. 4 persons made up of both Nkumbes and Bimobes have been identified as suspects and are currently on the run, while 1 person has been arrested for illegally possessing 2 locally manufactured guns. Extent of damage: 91 houses, mostly thatch houses, were burned down. 8 people sustained gun shots and 3 dead. Generally, the security agencies are on top of the security situation in the area and calm has been restored. We are calling on all those who are still hiding in the bush to return, and RECSEC wishes to assure the residents of the entire region, especially those in Pamela, Banduri, and Tishigu, Tamale, that their security is of maximum concern and everything will be done to achieve this objective. We however wish to caution them that perpetrators of communal violence will be dealt with in accordance with the law. In this regard, we call on all well-meaning citizens, including our friends from the press, to volunteer information on such detractors to be flashed out.
Northern Regional Minister Moses Mabemba and no Central for Chinkomo and Unkomodie that Daily Graphica Sasem Chrono and Nifa Baby about security concerns for Ghana or say let there be peace. Chief Imam, National Chief Imam Sheikh Usman Nuhu Sharbutu has called for peaceful coexistence between the people of the Zongo community in the Gwi traditional area in the Volta region and the people of that traditional area. The call by the Chief Imam comes after clashes between the youth of the Muslim community in Hohoi and the Gwis on Monday, which claimed 3 lives and caused extensive damage to individual and state properties. Expressing his deep regret and concerns over the incident, Sheikh Sharabutu said he had asked the people of the Muslim community to calm down to give peace a chance. The National Chief Imam made a call at a meeting with the Volta Regional Minister, leaders of the Muslim community, and the chiefs of the Bui traditional area in Hawaii yesterday as part of efforts to broker peace between the people of the Zongo community and the people of the Hawaii after Monday's incident. And also Ekoso Elha, and also Nkomodi Elha. But Nra, 3 days ago, so near Koso Ewe Kumfina Kwanso Sono, they say Abranti Kwekumensa on so Yacheno, say on Kuba Okwakuria. Fura Baba Chenua, no Kuno Eternity. Of our Mamisha Senfan Subium. Dr. Indum Swakasafa, Sansemi also president must act and must be seen to be acting, say, or a leader, or member. Growing security concerns, you know, there a hammer for minimum and your own one of her.
Chief Imam. A bonabaso. So be fresh Abojuo. Emra ani asumdue emra nso abojuo ni asumdue no ejina enidaso ani ahotoso na se enidaso be ba man no mu a ahoto be ba man no mu a ejina ade aban ekwan ya aban de oman no be fa so nti de Dr. Indom so ka no de kwan so a eno no MPP4 yen nim se ye the United Nations aka no se security and now define security a FBB human security. Human security no like say nipa no ye yo nyina o ka bo mo hwe na didiem na school krom ni hospital krom na djuma yom na afei wasan abon ho ban afri krono no akromfo wenfo am robbery ni so obi bebo na ni so age na ade enya ne it's a total concept of security. Na sa security no.
Acho we the mamen call chief imam ni PRO ho na yenkubisa nkomo de. Alhaji Mohammed Gado PRO de ma chief imam. Alhaji ye mo akwa ba.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Let me just remind our viewers that we'll do this interview in English. We appreciate your time here on Multi TV. Now, I remember that yesterday when we spoke to you on radio, you had indicated to me that you had finished meeting the traditional council and was on your way to meet the Muslim community. But what has become, or what is the outcome of these meetings that the Chief Imam held separately yesterday at Hohoe?
Well, to the best of our knowledge, we think we impacted positively on the situation. We had a lengthy discussions with the Togbegan, that is the paramount chief, and his people. So all the chiefs were there, and there was a dialogue where they told us their frustrations and their pain, the pain that they are going through with regard to the mayhem that took place there. And the national chief imam, of course, told them he's come all the way from Accra specifically to calm the situation. And he appealed to them. He brought pieces from religion to bear on the situation and told them, I mean, if they have lived, there have been peaceful coexistence all these years, we should not allow an incident like this to change the situation. So after that, we didn't see the Togbe himself there because he was not around. But subsequently, we met him at the residency, the Togbe. We met him, and then there was a very close discussion between the chief himself and the national chief imam. As I said a while ago, apparently they knew each other. They have met a couple of times before. So the discussion was very friendly. And again, the chief told us his side of the story, what has happened, and what has created tension in the first place. And the chief imam, of course, talked to him and elaborated on what we have discussed earlier and told him that we came all the way here just in order to calm the situation. And I think, judging from the response that we got from the Togbegan and his delegation, things went down very well.
But we understand that the imam who was buried and exhumed has also been reburied as a result of the chief imam's peace mission to Hohoe. Is that correct, sir?
Oh, yes. No. Before we went there, it's actually, and this is what has calmed the situation. The chief imam has been reburied in the central mosque, within the precinct of the central. And I think this went down very well with the Muslim community because the chief imam who has been praying there in that central mosque year in, year out is considered to have come back home. And he was buried in the precinct. And I think people were very satisfied. So the chief imam also, maximized the situation, the calm situation there, maximize his effort on that.
So as we speak now, we don't expect the hostilities to erupt again because of the mission that the...
Oh, yes. Right. In fact, before we went, opinions were divided as to whether it was appropriate to go in there, given that the mayhem has just took place. But in the end, we were very, very satisfied and happy that we did, as at the time we did, because they themselves were saying that we came just at the prime of time, because there was tension, there was this curfew, all building up. But our presence there, the National Chief Imam, the fact that the National Chief Imam went all the way from Accra to that place. And then again, there was a slip of tongue a while ago. The National Chief Imam is over 80. He's roughly around 87. So given that at his age, he's been able to come all the way from Accra to Hohoe, specifically to calm down things, also impacted on the people. They were very glad and they were very appreciative that the National Chief Imam took the matter so serious that he came all the way, irrespective of his old age. He came down to see them.
Right. Alaji Gedo, we want to thank you very much for your time and wish you all the best, sir. Alaji Gedo, PRO, and Akasama for the National Chief Imam, Ura, and I say Sheikh Usman Nuhu Shaributu. Ofaya, bacho, yento aso na.
Tiye nyina ibe bona baso. Waye adwuma efe. Na se de na me kano. Se ye besre. Se yenyina yenya abodwo, yenyina yentena. Eno ye baako. Na se ye besiesie asem na nkasa hini na ma ahoto aba ene hia. Efi se wa anya saa na ogya hokwa na bibi kitikiti bisia ebesan apagya. Nti de ye hu sesei ni se aban no niema pii wo ho a agye ne nsem. Nipa no te ho no ma na ye ne se oni ani da so bia se aban no betimi abisiesie bibia ama no. Oni ani da so se asem to no okwan okwa aban aso ye ya ombeye hwe ama no. Nti bibi kitwa bia na afei eni bana tiate se no mo
Dr. Indumi adwen.
Me Dr. Indumi adwen pa. Yen nyina ye ho bi. MPP fo ne Dr. Indum eya adwen. Hwe se Polytechnic Potag echo strike. National security for ne kozi strike. National security.
Then on security concern. Say yen school for adie na o mabunu ya no e good well na montia.
The doctor for also go hospital. National security be kwa. You say security. You no go security concern. It is say media for mo strike. I say security concern. You get international security for
private institution.
GBC for strike. National security for beko. Oh, say there is no center. Obi sorry ya akakabinsem mayi obi adi. President Buafu inti mayi obi adi. Abra nipa na wo so yi the president kwani hu to me so yi na die. Ade chia president bi de Buafu bi bomfu yo mi ga say you obi adi. Honest work as my president. Na che say aban no ayeti mu say no. Obia wa widire no widie
mbacho mamiko voter region bi ni enwie ho de no Owura Henry Ford Camel voter regional minister yeni ni enwie. Mr. Camel, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much for joining us once again.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, we spoke to you, I think, yesterday about the security concerns in the region, particularly in the Hohoi area. As we understand this morning, the curfew is still in place. What has become the situation since yourself and Chief Imam went over yesterday to assess the situation?
Well, I'm yet to be apprised of any developments this morning after we left with the Chief Imam. Indeed, yesterday, while engaging the Zongo community in the mosque, we realized that the curfew hours had caught up with us, and so we had to cut short our meeting and then leave the place. But let me say that yesterday, we had quite a number of engagements with all the stakeholders. We met with Toby Gagabusu, we met with some of his divisional chiefs, and we met with some coalition of the Hohoi people. We also had some interaction with the Muslim community, although it was short. The signals were not bad. I think that the need for peace, the need for everybody to appreciate the need for peace was forcefully made. And the feedback we got through body language and through responses suggests that the people are also ready for peace. Indeed, if the people are not ready for peace, the situation wouldn't have been what we have today. And so the fact that people are ready to listen to us, the fact that people have cooled down, it's a signal, a positive signal that the situation is under control. And so for now, tempers have gone down, the security is in full control. People are also cooperating very well with the security agencies to ensure that the terms of the curfew are not breached, to ensure that the environment is safe and that people can move about freely without fear of their lives, not fearful destruction to their property. What we need to do now is to continue to engage everybody in a discussion. We need to work around the clock to
mend the bridges. We need to go the extra mile of reaching out to everybody and assuring everybody that systems or arrangements we put in place to look at the whole issue very well and findings and recommendations that will inure to a long-lasting solution.
Well, one key issue that is of concern is the curfew you already spoke about. Are we going to see a lifting of the curfew anytime soon?
RECSEC will meet and review the situation, and RECSEC has a lot of expertise. The security chiefs are all there. I'm not an expert in security matters. I rely heavily on their analysis of the security situation. So when we go for RECSEC meeting and the situation is properly analyzed and suggestions are made, we will know which appropriate action to take.
Would you be kind enough to tell us when the RECSEC meeting will happen?
Indeed, we will have a RECSEC meeting later today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Kamel, I want to thank you very much. As a new minister, I think this is one of the few challenges confronting you, but you're handling it so well. We will support you. We will support you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
You, sir. Ra Henry Ford Kamel. Over you. I'm saying.
They say Frau North. Wow. In crying Hakura, ahimfi. Ebi no makoto ahene no amuti mo maji ahimfi na bosso abanti hwohwe kran ya o. Utwa ho na we atwa na yeriti. Ufa ha na we asan ne ho akonfo. Birim atiate se. Aban no ankasa no party no ati aban ne so a wo se wen yen no. Confusion asimu basa. Be manifie. There is no leadership. Inti amani pa eti kronum say no. Omo to omani a omo hu agifo.
Nti ogifo ne hwan?
Nana Akufo-Addo.
Nim say hwan na ade bekro. So
ogifo no eba ena ni daso no de eba no. Ebe ma ya santene ni akoye kwan so. Na say the insecurity no. Efiri se aban no ankasa no. Amemwa any control be within the government itself. There is no control.
So within the government itself there is no control. Oni ni adwen sa.
Sabe wan kan no
Gade no beka.
So wan kan ya ntonye MPP na dem na Ghana for pe. Ada obesesa won sa me yem behim because Ghana for be won there mu asanti ahwa we sua de binti yem won kwan. Na once Sunday one trap dem nsema okodu nyina maka cho nyame do wa no mo sohwe na etwa dem sohwe na da sabo me the MPP for sabe won so amfio under one time in some okokodo a want to ensure leadership and timely intervention. The care component in our better Ghana na yeji eduma ono ye wan yawo hwe be traditional area the timeous intervention from the regional minister, the DCE, and then the regional security council. What facilitated the chief imam to go there if the situation was not under control? Obotumakwa.
And he said,
Kaba. Obotumakwa. Correct. Imdo onche biana. Wow, saying assassination attempt on a chief.
Nipa bakuwi.
Imde watching kofo enuma okumasia. Mo wa transfer wona bakra.
Eno kran lawyer no edwa papa kwa mo fa so o mo che.
No. Kwana wo for.
Oma National House of Chiefs judicial section akodi asem no.
Criminal investigation.
Ma yesi asem no yen kwa appeals court. O mjina ha na e beche wo.
Yes. Criminal investigation. A new liberty. Especially when it borders on murder. And I'm in your pain me boy. Now when the man on come you. Enti ho ya ye.
Obese mi de ma do sisi wase bo ada.
E konfi nakwa. You see MPP for won ye.
MPP say no the central region. MPP for Ghana kan.
Me say MPP for won ye arehoa.
One of my lawyers Ura James Agaga say mami Betimo Mami ama Benyuado say ye gene post finish. One can say
mami chon there missing there. MPP for won ye arehoa ma onye wan ka say ya na. wakaya one kukulala strategic in Japan back there or ye and pen before a man boy be and tama the me even catch all oh yeah a inundo be out put it out so a northern region
maybe I'm this bit to me
northern region and another one but to come out we free there 3 days of fighting the original minister or northern region. You
promised a better Ghana.
That is why we have bettered it.
And where are the criminals
when the thing took
place,
place,
to catch?
You hold on to that one. I didn't see that day, Nana. So just move in and calm down, please. So I'm quiet. And wash him on 2 days. Now can you 3rd day of bed? Kaba. And the age out there. Yes, there's a better situation. And we are improving it. Most especially those who perpetrate crimes. How are yet to happen within some time out there? Security apparatus are in control. What's the Ghana Hanum? A chronobo accordo. Mean to Mankada your Santimonials regime, Bonnie. Nemo Kaba under MPP 10 o'clock and 2 Mumfaka and Vita Cradem Baka. Oh, anyway, this will be at 10 o'clock and 2 free and go. So that time now we'll call with bodyguard.
Bodyguard. Bodyguard different.
You were working at the vice president's office. And I had a bodyguard. So you are massa.
I didn't have a bodyguard. I was a mere special. I didn't have a bodyguard. The deputy minister V8 Bush
I will fund them. Oh, V8 no Ford Explorer. Na Ford Navigator.
And I'm
usage in your shame, not the Bomanco. Inti Kaba. And the 24-hour. And the Kintampo, the highest crime prone highway in Ghana.
More escorts.
Koshe, a Juma, one my year 10, one far, one Bogana phone ban, Waji Juma. And then Cran Chroma and Tampo and Fema. F4 Chroma Bisa. And come more than 2 kilometers. A special roadblock. If you are Kumasi, you meet roadblocks. No. It tells you that government is meeting up to the challenges. Now, you plenty. You computable program in your results. You pay the ordinary. It be better.
And that's one nipa jemu no.
And that's no when you. I won't get one in the room because my name kite more castle. God name kite more idea for you. I read one of a internet. Pentent masama for good in the back. You know. I would have catch a gun. I'm not see I have four. I catch a gun for there. Oh, me watch them. Oh, yampa. In fear about if you cast and I want to want on yawa. No matter who, what if you say, I know in your magic? If you saw, Kaba. Sounds a shadow. At the present, the main issue you always see on back and one person.
Dr. Adom says so kasa. I saw my man for Rishimu say your papa or memu. Na ne mano kwa hunchiruma
no, inti na President Kufuor kasem. I say we need an apprentice. Atmasia. So question the way the vice president da. In the boss. His Excellency Ali Mama. The master question them like you see, because the security apparatus are in control. President Obem when they seem to be no way. But this one they say way. They are in control. Shall report another regional minister of mine. Shall report a voter region one among. A confina kwadi watching him pay. A hindi no wakem anti coesindom or G1 Mikam Pamerica Bakasa. No problem. On Akufo-Addo were a classmate. Obia Pebiedi. And to one day, corner for that word, you know, when you wanting the acceptable standards are set in governance. Don't forget.
I don't know how to be because your time is on.
Maybe I'm Casabi.
There be you.
Oh, my chairman Kofubi or Adansa constituency, Yellow Jeffrey Ketiam Nisim. Adansa Kufum, Ye Jeffrey Apia Prinkra Nisim. Obuasi Kukuati one share on parliament. Now, Adansi Edubiasi don't know forever in our possession. na me papa no krom fom na me ka chon de adifefa president so wa ya man o fom na ye ni MPP tene 8 years ye ka kon and this no year o say what's mo ntwan o mo ye ne ba o ma sa ba
so me da say your time so we have to go over out and I say audio because we have to go we have to just
oh no
lack of control government too man
oh there be the time you another segment I say the ba almost
so point
and I say come on for your boy Samoa spokesperson Edema Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and I feel so now Koma Solomon Yankansa, Deputy Propaganda Secretary. Yakoni Abanas here the interview ne bra or messages out there about making kind of amount. Abdul Aziz from London, any other confirm sending me email, making kind na idea to media. So it must say